going to focus on, in the meantime, we're going to focus on what to work on in between relationships. Let's just say you may have ended a relationship, and it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, right? It can be a work relationship, it can be any type of relationship, friendship, situationship, whatever. But you have ended something, and now you're curious what to focus on in the meantime. So, all right. Let's see. In the meantime, what should be the focus? Oh, look at that. I don't know why I flipped that over like that. Okay. In the meantime, yes, we have that. Okay, so I guess this is, let's see. Okay. All right, so let's see, we have expression, love, relationship, and tears. Relationship and tears. All right. So, if this does happen to be a romantic relationship that has ended, and again, it doesn't have to be, because, you know, I'm looking at the love card, and that could be love for yourself, right? That could be focusing on love for yourself. It doesn't have to be romantic love. But anyway, let's start with the expression. So I view this card as gaining more knowledge, gaining more understanding about yourself and how you interact and express yourself to others. So focusing on maybe taking a look at where in the relationship were you not as expressive? Do you have a fear of rejection? Do you have a fear of, being judged, right? A fear of not being good enough, which most people do, right? Where can you improve upon your ability to be expressive with your thoughts, your words, even your actions? So that might be one thing that you can focus on in the meantime. And then maybe just reviewing, for this love card, maybe just, again, reviewing based on your expression. Were you expressive? Were you too expressive? Did the other person not express themselves, but you gave more, right? Where in the relationship was there a issue with expression? Where in the relationship was there, was it related to love or not? So this next card, again, if we're going to need something to focus on in the meantime, right? Because no matter what type of relationship it is, if it's ending, there should be something to learn from it, right? So what can you learn from this relationship? What can you learn from this situation? And, again, I view the love card as love for yourself, right? So be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself. Even though you're looking at what may have gone wrong, or you're looking at something, some lesson to learn from this, don't beat yourself up about it, right? Be kind. Love yourself, recognize that we all make mistakes, we're all learning, growing, and evolving, and that, show yourself more love, more kindness, more generosity. All right, and on to the relationship card. This is really interesting. If I look at this card, it's, if you can see it, it almost looks like two friends, right? Reading a pop-up book, right? And there's the castle and the whole village and right? So there's this whole story that is unfolding in this book, right? And it just shows the journey, right? The story that all of us get to create, right? We get to create this journey, this story. So again, don't beat yourself up about the mistakes that you may or may not have made, right? It's just a process of learning and growing, and you can build your story, right? You can work towards your improving your story, right? You can work towards this magical fairy tale, story that they're reading out of this book, right? You can generate that. You have control over that. But there is no growth unless you learn something from this past relationship, right? So again, you can create your story moving forward. You can pivot, you can shift, you can continue on your journey and continue moving forward, and create what you wish. And then the last card is tears. I just said to my daughter, I was just explaining to her about how going through a lot of times we have to go through something to overcome it, right? We have to go through it, we have to become better at it, we have to go through it to realize that we have the strength and the courage within us to actually go through something difficult, right? Rather than going around it, right? So rather than running away from it, rather than walking around the situation or moving around the situation, or not feeling not feeling the sensations, not feeling the emotions, right? Ignoring things, shoving them down, repressing them, suppressing them, whatever, right? That isn't going to help us go through it and gain the ability and the confidence to know that we have what's inside of us. We're capable of getting through difficult times, right? So this tears speaks to me and says, it's okay to express those emotions. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to, shed tears. It's okay to feel those emotions, right? And a lot of times we have to go through that in order to have growth, in order to have, to overcome the situation, right? And if it feels comfortable, then we're not learning anything, right? Usually we have to get out of our comfort zone in order to grow. And so it's okay to go through this process, to have tears, to figure out, what you did or didn't learn from the situation, and then to rewrite your story for the future. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope this helps bring some light and love to your situation. And again, I hope this helps.